In order to make good lasagna, the best lasagna, I think it's really important to make your own dough. I think that is probably one of the areas where you'll tell the difference. So let's get started. I use white flour. That's a really big handful, so a little less there. And then I like to use my Semolina, Durum Semolina. I found it makes the dough the best. And so I like using it. It's only that rimacinata, not 00, it's rimacinata. So 1 and 2. When I'm looking, I'm saying, maybe I was a little light because of all the white that I put in. The goal is to make the volcano. And I have learned that you make a nice big hole because it's a lot easier to deal with. These are 3 eggs. Usually, when we calculate the amount of egg to flour ratio, it's about 1 egg per 100 grams. 1 egg is about 70 grams, so it's like a 1-to-1, but an egg it changes because of size. This one here, big egg. This is 100 grams, I think. So I believe I'm going to do 4 handfuls or 4 100 grams with 3 eggs. I think I'm right.
3.
And now, my 2 favorite tools in the world. Ta-da!
Interesting.
The fork allows you to get it going. Some people put a little pinch of salt. It doesn't hurt to put a little pinch of salt. I think I always taste my pasta anyway, so I'll know if I need salt. And I turn within the volcano. Then you make the volcano bigger. You seeing this logic? It's
little by little.
Little by little, the volcano becomes bigger and takes on more dough until you need to knead it, or you'll be able to knead it without making a mess. And hopefully you don't get to the edge of the table. It's getting there. So it looks like it. Let it go. No need the fork anymore. We move to a new tool. This is a little scraper. At this point, when you're about here, there's time to put more egg. See, at this point here, you got to make that judgment, saying, do I need another egg in here before you make a round ball? I'm going to say I don't, and I'll put a little bit of white wine if I need just a little bit more. So come together. Just a question of mixing, of kneading the dough. So I've been kneading a little bit. We had a battery change. So I took advantage of the time to knead me a little bit of dough. You just fold it, bring it over, and fold it. If you put good muscle action in it, I think you get a better reward. But that's my opinion about it. There's a lot of things.
The dough is in the dry side or what side?
In the right way, size. So it's a good question you ask. There's variation in dough. Not every pasta is going to be the same. I believe in that. There are a lot of things that I believe that are not so scientific about cooking. This one I went for a little harder because I'm going to have these sheets that are going to end up forming a lasagna dough, but I got to go nice and thin on it. So they've got to be pretty firm in order to hold themselves in place. Another important factor in this is being able to wrap this and let it rest. You let it rest, you get a better result with the glutens relaxing. There's art and there's science to making this. I'm going to put this to rest, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to roll it nice and easy. And
For how many minutes?
You let this rest for about, I'd say 15. Even if you go a little longer, you get a better reward. So it's been about, I'd say, I did a good 25 minutes, almost 30 minutes. And I take it out. I got my trusty little tool, and I'm gonna cut this into pie shapes. 4, I kind of always work in 4. Hopefully, if it's too big, then I reduce the size. So now what do? Got like, basically it's a piece of dough. And so the goal is to try to give it a squarish shape at this point. Get my thing all the way open. And we come and we try to shape. Now I'm working a little bit with my left hand, but it's okay. I mean, it's just turning, so it's not very difficult for a righty. So once you have it like this, you say, oh, you know what? Let's try to square it off a little bit this way. I think I might get a better square. Because you're trying to get decent sheets. Ta-da! It's pretty good in terms of a square. So, flour. I put some semolina, but it doesn't really matter. Flour. Take a notch down, 1 shot. And now we start the process of thinning it out. Sometimes I pass it twice. It's better, but not necessary. Look at the flour. Take it in a little bit, 1 more notch. I'm gonna see, because I want to go thin on this lasagna. And the reason is, I find it's delicate lasagna when you go thin on your dough. That's how I like it. So you're gonna go another time. I'll get just a little more yield. Looking good. I guess I am a righty. I gotta switch. Once, twice. Who knows? It may be enough. I gotta check it out. It's a nice dough, beautiful dough. See? That's okay, but I want to go thinner. So I can show off a little bit. Wait before I show off. A bit of flour, and take it down. I want to get a nice yield out of this. Nice, thin, beautiful sheet of lasagna dough. Oh yeah. I get a thrill out of this. Ta-da! Beautiful. Really nice. This is a beautiful sheet of lasagna dough. So I could take it, and I usually put a little bit of flour. It could be semolina too. It's a coarser, a little bit coarser, so it does really well when you're trying to just place them. Right here, this is my trusty place for lasagna sheets. And if it's going to be a little while, it's a good idea to cover it as you go.